Hi guys, welcome back. So we're going with the 40-inch LED bar from BRP Can-AM, and we're also going with their LED bar mounts right from Can-AM. Bar mounts are the 715009261, and the light bar is, where are you hiding? Yeah, 715008747. So we got some wiring and rubber grommet for the roof, and another rubber grommet for something, a couple bolts and washers, a bunch of tie wraps, and some other bolts. Then we got with this, you don't need no extra wiring if you have the smart ECM, so I'll be able to just plug right in to the light itself, to the system. Instruction to scan. What's in this little box? A set of mounts, but we're not using these mounts. So got a spare set of mount to mount something somewhere. And let's pull this puppy out. Oh yeah, and we got a Can-Am sticker. So push this further in here so we can check out the mounts. The mounts come with sticker, two big foamy things like that you're going to put in the roof ceiling. The two mounts themselves, and I believe the mounts are supposed to, I don't know why there's a locking mechanism here to, yeah, so these are the right ones for it. Didn't look like it because I wasn't sure how they mount, but it's as simple as this here being like this, and then this is adjusted like that. So hopefully it keeps it nice and low and even to the front. That's what I was expecting. So we're going to do that. So this comes with these rubbers, foams, and spacers for inside, and long bolts to go through, and big bolts to screw in at the end with Loctite on them already. So yeah. So let's get started. I guess we already started because we had done the front lights on the bumper, but you guys know how to take these off. Basically, you gotta take the cylinder out, pop the windshield, and unscrew the push pin on the inside, and one T30 right at the top here to get ready to get your stereo. Repeat that on both sides. And then we're gonna slack off the stereo. There's two bolts in the middle. That's what we're gonna do next to access. And we're gonna have to raise the roof to drill and put a spacer foam and all that kind of stuff in the back. So I got the T30 on my impact drill. All right, so you unscrew these two T30s, and then you gotta unscrew your mirror. So remove the mirror. There's two T30s at the ends. I forgot about those ones. And then another one right here. And try not to drop them. And they're supposed to hold. There's two little clippy things here to hold. So that's where we're at. And then I believe to loosen the roof are these things, and then we're gonna drill right in here. So all right, so basically disconnect, pull this out of here, unclip your clip up here, and then you're gonna unplug this wire to that. And I don't know why there's another one here, but you don't link them together. And then you unplug this little plug right here. And now your stereo. And there's another clip right here. And this wire here, just put it on top here for now. And now we can remove the entire stereo, I believe. So you just raise up and then lift up. All right, there we go. So stereo's out. If you got a helper, it's always better, but if you don't, take your time. So the next one is 10mm socket right in here in the plastic. You got to remove these two. But the thing is, you have to remove 3 of these screws. They're right here. I dropped one on the floor. I got to find it. There's one right here. There's one right in the center. Then there's another one at the other end. That will loosen your roof enough that you can raise it a little bit. If you really want to raise it high that you can access it, you need to remove the liner and all that. But I cheated. It's a T30 that's on top there. I don't know why they did that. They could have made something that was countersunk. But I grabbed a little T30 off my dual kit with a 1/4 inch and taped it up so I can slide it underneath the roof by just raising the roof a little bit. So I don't need to unscrew the whole back part and everything. So you can get away with a little wrench and a little torque at the end. You can cheat and save from removing your liner and the whole 9 yards. And then you can raise enough that you can hold it in place, and then take a 10mm and unscrew from underneath here, as you can see. There we go. It's done. So, and then the other one's a little higher. So make sure when you put it on here that you're putting it on the tilted side. The first one I did was easy. I put it on this side because it was easier. But then when you're trying to get to the top of the roof, this one, the wrench wants to go too high. So make sure you got the curves inside. I can't see nothing in there. Can't line it up. Okay, go. All right, you got it? All right. And get ready to get your, if you don't unscrew it there, you want to save some time. So this is what you're removing. So throw that in the dash, and now raise it up and get the person inside. Either you push them out and then you can grab them. Because you got, there you go. There we go. So we're done with that. So moving on to the next step. All right, so next step, you grab these spacers here and you stick them in the sides that's straight, and then you're gonna, the bend is going towards the middle. So, and then you grab 2 screws and then you take this tape off here. This is to line it up in order to be able to drill to your roof. So basically what we're doing is we're sticking these 2 screws here, and we're going to try to come out through there to line it up, and then we can grab a drill bit, and this is going to line it up and drill through it. So lift up, and this should be lined up and stuck there, and then push the screws back out because they're only there to help you line up. All right. Good. Okay, then you let the roof sit. The roof's gonna sit high, so that's the angle you want. And then you make sure that you're lined up to drill. Because if you're not, that means that you're not gonna drill at the right spot. Why? There we go. All right. So now we got to use the drill and drill some holes, and we'll be sticking those screws on top, and then we got the bracket mount, then we're going to put back the other things, so we're going to do that. Alright guys, so now that the foam is on there and the spacers are there, so basically we're lining up in the foam in the spacer and we're drilling, and let's just hope that it's, I don't know, it's scary because you're drilling through your roof, but anyways, you got to do it. See? There goes one. Here goes two. And I'm not over, they tell you to drill it oversized on the outside, but I'm gonna fit those screws as tight as I can. And I bought some black silicone gasket maker, and I'm gonna give a dab everywhere so to make sure that it doesn't leak. But next step, I guess, is to grab those long bolts again and remove, well, I gotta remove the foam, so we'll do that, and the spacer. So that's just there for, but the adhesive tape is just there to raise the roof to the proper angle to drill. So it's good foam to seal sections like behind the battery that has the hole. So if you are doing this light, there's the hole behind the battery underneath the seat that would probably need to be sealed properly. So keep that in mind, that those foams are good to fill in gaps and fill up things. So we'll remove the other side as well. There we go. Ouch. Okay, so remove this. And now we're getting ready to install this. So we'll do one side so we know exactly what we're talking about, and we'll be right back to you to do the other side to show you. Alright guys, so now to put the brackets in, so I put a little dab of silicone in on top of the holes, and I didn't over drill them. I put them that you actually have to start the drilling with the bit to make the pilot hole through. So that's how I did it. So you just drill it in a little bit, use the screw as a thread maker, the bolt or whatever what you want to call it, and then do it again to the other one. Then once you got both holes threaded, you could use 2 screws by hand. So make sure that this piece is the top piece, and then you don't want to screw in too far. You just want to, you got to put that plastic back insert inside, and if you're off a little bit the way you're angled, you won't be able to put your nut on it. So you got to start putting this plastic piece right here in place when you start screwing, so it lines up in the holes. But before we do that, I'm gonna add a little bit of silicone around the end here, just to, you guys don't have to do this. I'm just trying to find every place where there's gonna be water that can get through. If there is a possibility of water getting through, then there won't be. So it's not in the instructions at all. So this is going down this way. Make sure your pin, that's where your stereo is going to sit on. So now I got to line up the screws that line up. So that one went through. Nope. Okay. That one went through. Okay. All right. So, all right. So we got to put that thing on there as fast as possible, because if you don't, it's not going to line up. So line up your holes there. All right, and then at this point, when you got enough threads coming out for it to grab an extension and grab the 2 nuts. So grab an extension and the nut, and then you can reach in there and you start them off. Oops. All right, so now it doesn't matter if it pops back out because you already got it on there. Then you grab your other nut and you do the same thing with an extension, and then you look inside. And then you screw it in. And then they're both locked into place. And now we're just gonna leave them loose and hurry up well, the silicone's not gonna dry for another half hour or so, or 40 or 90 minutes. So you leave everything loose, and then you grab your light bar and your 2 bolts that fit in each end, and you line it up in place. And you're gonna need a buddy at this point, because unless you can hold the light bar at one end and then screw it in and then run to the other end and then screw the other one in, I don't think you can. So I'll be back in a second. These are just loose, so you tighten these 2, lining up your light bar the direction you want to go. You might have to re-slack it after and readjust it because the roof will sit down because you're tightening it, and you have to put the 3 screws in there as well. And then you line it up, and then let's take this off. Starting to look pretty good. And now we got to do the wiring and drill a hole for this in the roof. That's gonna be painful, but anyways, we'll seal it and we'll make sure that everything's okay. But it's pretty solid there. It doesn't move. So be right back. We're gonna figure out where to drill the hole and put a little bit of silicone and put that rubber grommet and then pass that wire through and go from there. So be right back. So now we're gonna connect the wires together at the top with the wire connection. And it's simple as a click to connect these 2 together. And in the back of the light bar, they give you 3 of these. And these are to snap into the back here. You just push them in. I'll show you guys in a sec. I'm doing it this way because that way there it's already bending the thing to the top. Yeah, so just grab the wire sitting on top, and then you're ready to pass the tie wraps through and snug it. But we gotta make a hole. Yeah, I'll have to drill around here or something. Just a hole right through the whole thing. So I'll slap a rubber grommet on there, drill a hole. That's about 3/4. Oh yeah, that's gonna fit. Did it go through?
Yeah.
Yeah? It looks tight like here like crazy, so I guess we got lucky. So now these, you have to pass them individually through the hole. And this light takes 6, so it takes up 2 spaces on the smart light connection. So I'm gonna have fun passing all these through. Are they coming out through the hole?
Yeah.
Okay. Leave me some slack. I'll pass another one. I got 6 of these to get through there.
Yeah.
Okay, did you grab the purple thing? Pull the little purple thing. Can you pull it? It has to stay on the metal, like whatever, if I pushed it too far back. Okay, you pulled it? So 3 down. Let's get another one in there. Alright, 2 more to go. Okay, 1 more. Good chance they're not doing more than 6 in there.
All right.
Alright, so now the whole entire wire's going in. And that's not tight enough for me, I can tell you that much. There's going to be a little dab, a little silicone going around this thing. For sure. Because it's not impressive in any way for 100% seal. So we're going to tie wrap this plug in here. Right, so. There we go. So that's not going to touch anything. And this wire right here. Come on, just. There we go. Oh, I won't put it tight. I want to make sure that everything's lined up. There we go. So, nice little curve on that. Should be good. Perfect. All right, so now that we got the wire through, I'm going to silicone that after, but seal it. So there's one with 4 holes and one with 2. So the one with 2, we'll start off with this one. It'll be easy. Black, white is the ground, and a red, white power. So we'll get rid of that one. So black, and there's 2 reds. So you don't grab the red, you grab the red with the white. So black and red with the white. So those are the 2 here. So black and white's going to go in A. So this here, you got to take a look at where are they marked again there. Right here at the end. So you can barely see. A and B. So A is on my side. So A is black and white. So that'll be simple. Just stick it in there and push it in. Make sure the purple little thing is sealed right in. And obviously the red in with the white stripe is the other one, because that one's simple. There we go. And then you just clip this clip here. Make sure it doesn't bind on the wires. There we go. Click, click. That wiring harness is done. Now move on to the 4-piece one. 4-piece one is black again, and red again is black ground power. So black is again on the A. So let's find the A, B on this side. So let's stick this one right there. A for black. There we go. And come on, you red. B for red. There we go. And now the other side is going to be CD. So C's on the D's on the right and C's on the left. So C is green. So C is green. So we'll put the green. There we go. And the last one, well, that one's an easy one. We won't even look at it. There we go. So And try not to twist them, because if you do like I did with the red and black, you're gonna have to line them up that they untwist just to get in here. Here we go. And then click it. So we got our two connections. Now we're going to the smart module. So I had plugged in my red light, my backup light, into the LED roof, but I believe I cannot leave it in there because there's two LED roofs, and there's a reason why. One is, there we go, we'll have to plug that. Hopefully they have the update and they got the LED rear on the screen. I haven't looked. That's where this one was actually supposed to go, but there was no LED rear at all. So we gotta unplug these two. This little rubber here is supposed to grip there. Yeah, there we go. But I don't know which one goes in which. Both of them are powers, and both of them, one has just power on, power off, and the other one has controls, I guess, for the amber and all that. But pin identification connector 1, pin identification connector 2. So let's see. Roof, roof. Same number, same number, same number, same number. So these two are both combined for LED roof, and they have the same number. So if they have the same number, that means they're working together. And so I'll just wing it. I'll slap the one with the 4 plugs to the, there we go, and I'll slap the other one right beside. There we go. Now we're going into this screen. Then you have to add that one first, and then you add the smart LED roof color as well. Those are the two. This one here gives you the change, the color, and then this one here gives you all the smart and everything on there. So basically now I can hit put it on smart. See how everything is yellow? Go check. Now I just put it on smart, and it automatically goes on yellow because that was the last setting that I had it set. If I ask to change colors, I can. If I change it back to yellow, if I go high, it will actually go high in yellow, low in yellow, and smart in yellow, which as you go faster, it will increase. Then if you change the color, it'll be white, and if you go high and then low, and then you can go completely off, and then you see the accent bar. It's the same thing as the accent bar on everything. It matches all the accent bars. But if I go change color, smart, that's the way. And then if I go hood, smart, that's what it gives me. And then if I go my front lights and off, or I can go like so. Oh, power's turning off. But anyways. So that's it. So basically I'm gonna tie wrap this to this harness right here, this excess here, and then I'm gonna sit the radio onto here. Oh yeah, and I gotta figure out how to replug my rear light, hopefully. And to add the system, I'll just show you guys here again. Just when you, I'll back out of this. You go into controls, and then the 3 little dots in the corner here, it's either you add or delete something. So if you make a mistake, you add the wrong thing, you can delete it. So add it. So we're going for, we got the bumper, you can have bumper color as well, windshield washer we got, LED roof on and off, LED bumper on and off. See, like I told you guys, like, and now I'm gonna go, I like the accent light and everything, and with all the accents and all that kind of stuff. It I don't think I need any more lights anyways, but yeah. But I'll you know what, I'll take it outside. I'll be back in a few seconds. I'll take it outside and I'll show you guys how it lights up. So we'll see you in a bit. Bye. So let's check out this light bar, what it does. So we're gonna put this on high. Oh, it's on the yellow. back, alright. And this is high. Change colors. There we go. That's the light. That's the light, the 40-inch light bar. How it lights. It lights everywhere. And you can see really good. And I'm on low beams. And then let's try low. That's low. So that's not too bad at all either. And then if I change the color of it for yellow and put it on high, that's what we get. We see all the shapes of the snow. So that's nice. So yeah. So that's it. Just wanted to show you guys what the light bar looks like and how it works and everything. So let's go back to change colors. And just right here on the button right here, it's written right at the bottom. It's written change colors, and that's all it is. You just, if you're on high, low, whatever, you just press change colors. Even if you're on smart, change colors, and it changes it. Like, there you go. And then you go off and turns everything off. So I go smart for the hood, smart for the top light, and now that I got my spotlights, or I go high, everything's lit up, and then I change colors again, all white. Check this out. That's how bright it is now. Check out the trees at the far end there. So there's no more darkness. Oh, it's deep here. Yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching. That 40-inch light bar is pretty nice with the colors and everything. So we'll catch you on the next one. And be safe out there and have fun.